we have a few more drivers about to begin some quick laps again. Will CUFC will be the first one. And he spins.
Out of that. Oh,
out of turn 2. We'll spectate the other Red Bull then.
Well. It's not where I would have expected somebody to be.
Oh, it's raining!
Well.
It's raining! Hello. We have our first wet race in XRS Season 9, and it's going to be Division 3 in the main race. Oh, this could really spice things up. 5 red lights then for the Australian Grand Prix, and it's going to be wet. Aston Martin on pole, Alpine right beside them, and it's going to be lights out, and away we go for the Australian Grand Prix. Who gets a better start? I don't think the Alpine in P2 did actually get a good start, as they might be challenged by the Cadillac heading into turn 1, and they are going to be passing them round the outside into turn 1. Oh, and there's a bit of a crash there with the 2 Mercedes there, as Overhaul, I think, might have been a little bit caught up by the Cadillac when we now see the V-Carb of Salty going around the outside. Will CUFC will also try his opportunity around the outside of the Alpine as well, going into turn 2. A bit of a slide there between that Red Bull and the Alpine. It's still side by side as the Alpine has been pushed off the track. Look for Osimhen Jones around the outside, decides to back out of that one. A bit of contact there as the Alpine also hits the wall. Pool Diver makes amends of that, and so does Oz as well, as that Alpine is just losing more and more time. Restored Panda now trying to get on that Alpine, and they both crashed into the wall. And I think Restored Panda is quite actually lucky there not to actually have a loose tyre there. But yeah, that is a massive crash there in the back from, you know, the Alpine Overhaul, who did start in P2, now finds himself not really anywhere close to the front as PRT Pistol there and Rocket Reese go side by side into turn 11, that is. Bit of a slide there, I think, from one of the drivers as PRT Pistol tries to hold it, Rocket Reese, sorry, tries to hold it around the inside. As Pistol just goes slightly wide, now challenged by his teammate round the outside into turn 13, and through turn 14, OBOALF gets the move on his teammate.
Yeah, Paul Diver then going down the inside on Osimhen Jones, and now he's got the outside line on the XRS, and he's got it. Down the main straight they go, but who's got the superior battery? That's the crucial thing. That's pretty on par, they're not really burning, and Paul Diver's the outside line. I actually say that, I will get into it in a second. That's Paul Diver round the outside. It's a beautiful move on Osimhen Jones.
Yeah, I've just been told in the chat that apparently it's disabled, so that's why the MFD thing isn't going blue. Oh, it's OBOALF down the inside there on the Ferrari going into turn 13. That was very late and ambitious by the Williams, but fully legal. Round the outside he goes. Look at the grip he has. And that was a superb move on the Ferrari there. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that's David! Commentator's curse! David Commentator's curse at it again! He's into the wall, lost his wing! And that surely is game over already for David. He's trying to continue on, but he's smashed into the wall!
That is not good for the Haas driver as he... Yeah, he's losing a lot of time here down this straight. He is actually going to try and fight it back on the Alpine here of Kian Robbo. Will he try to go around the outside? No, he just doesn't have the overspeed to try and make it through there, and he's going to be so slow through these corners without that downforce. So you can see Wirral Lime is pushing him through there, and that has compromised him as CB goes down the inside of the McLaren, and he will get that move stick. Will Lime try and fight it back down the inside? No, he won't, but look at Worldwide. He goes down the inside of the McLaren. Now, will he try and make the move going into turn 11? No, he doesn't. He will stay behind. And yeah, that is just completely blown open the doors as we do see CB and Oz still going at it side by side into the next few corners. And yeah, the Haas into the pits there, gets out the way of anyone who is looking to battle in these conditions.
So this will be my last time commentating on Friday nights then, because that's another commentator's curse on David. Wow, I did not expect that, by the way. I literally was on board with the driver behind him at the time, and then all of a sudden he just flew into the wall out of nowhere. So yeah, quite incredible how that occurred. Right, further on the field, Rocket Reese is going for it on Kevin Slice. He's got through. He's gone wide and smashed into the wall as well. With a little bit of contact as they smashed. It was not anywhere near as heavy as what David did, but he stayed ahead of Kev the Slice. Into P9 he goes.
Kev the Slice here as Kev the Slice tries to go down the inside. Rocket Reese covers it off. Down the straight we go now. Will we see any other moves? Kev the Slice moves to the outside. Will he be able to get that move? No, Rocket Reese again shuts the door very legally. A very clean racing between these drivers, tight and fair, but now Kev the Slice prioritising the exit out of turn 10. We look to the inside of the Haas. The Haas is defending this very nicely, but there he goes. Down the inside goes the Audi. Can he keep it on the track? He goes into the beach here at Albert Park, and he loses 1, 2 and 3 places as Pink takes it down the inside, as Kev the Slice takes another trip to the beach. Look at Kian Robbo as well, down the inside of the Audi. Maybe going 3 wide there momentarily into the final couple of corners. And Kev the Slice loses 3 places. Kian Robbo still behind. And CB and everyone behind them, Lime and Worldwide, have caught up on this and gone to the moon, having a massive slide out of the final corner. Clearly not adjusting his Delta V there in his car to stay in orbit. And he goes off axis slightly, rightfully so, backs out of it, but that might have compromised his speed going into the next few corners as he tries to go into turn 3 to make a move, locks up the fronts with the rain in the area, and he's going to be side by side with Gone to the Moon as well. Gone to the Moon is forced off there by the Ferrari.
He just backs out of it, but Salty is getting ever so close to Ozzy. Whilst Kev makes a move down the inside on Pink, and into the top 10 goes the Audi. But will Pink fight it back? He's on the inside line of Mercedes. Oh, I thought it was going to be contact. No contact. And Kev is into the top 10 again.
Also, he has a fuel light as well. Oh, massive slide there, though, from the Alpine. That might allow CB to go around the outside, and he will spot that move, and he will race down into turn 3. Will he be able to be latest on the brakes? They're still going at it, wheel to wheel through turn 3 and into turn 4. Can he clear that Alpine? Yes, he does. Look at Lime, though. He could try and make a move on the Alpine as well, but stays behind for the time being, maybe going into turns 9 and 10. Yeah, Gone to the Moon having a little bit of a look there, but CB is going to try and make a move down the side of Mercedes, going into turn 11. Can he get that move stick? As he is on the inside. Oh, a massive crash behind. That was Robbo and Willful Lyman. That is the ghosting there taking effect. I'm not really too sure who was at fault, but the McLaren was clearly slow. Gone to the Moon there is trying to navigate a bit of a McLaren chicane here, and he will have to go down the inside going into turn 13. Can he get the move stick? No, he doesn't, as Willful Lyman keeps it round the inside, as we do see both the Red Bull and the Ferrari going into the pits. And yeah, a lot of drivers now taking the gamble and going into the pits for slicks.
Oh, Pistol spun it on the straight. Was that on the pit exit as well? I think it was on pit exit for Pistol. He spun on the straight. Some
Robbo goes wide as well.
Yeah, and the hard tyres are really struggling.
As Bolt will try and make a move around the outside of the Williams. A bit of lag there, and the Williams is into the wall of Pistol. And the Red Bull of Foxhurst gets through there, and I don't know, I have no idea what's happening with Pistol, but he is lagging all over the track at the moment.
The hard tyres are just not that much faster, if they are faster. But I was saying that, Paul Diver's just starting to open up a 1 second gap to the 2 behind him, Lime and Moon. Lime now going around the outside and taking the place of Moon. As I'm presuming you've seen something maybe a bit further back, possibly?
Yeah, Robbo was just deciding to turn this track into Tokyo Drift. He went wide going into turn 3, trying to make a move on, I think it was Bolt. We'll have to wait and see how beneficial that will be to these 2 drivers.
Moon has spun it again. It's not even into the final corner.
I know.
And it's on the exit as well. So it's not the first one in this race to do that. It's picked up a penalty as well.
Oh, Pistol and Restored Panda going side by side into turn 1 and 2 as well there. Sorry to jump in there as well, as Restored Panda is still going to try and fight this. PRT Pistol down the inside going into turn 3. Latest on the brakes. Does he get it? He goes wide. And that allows Panda to swoop back past with the switchback, and Restored Panda will retain in P17. Maybe doing what they call in the F1 movie Plan C. Plan C for chaos.
Shoot and Mouse going side by side, and for the race lead, Shoot's got the inside line, but Mouse Gaming is right with the Aston Martin, but Shoot powers on through for the race lead on lap 15 again. Mouse now under attack from Will. Don't forget, he's trying to get his tyres up to temperature, but Will, who is battling for second place, the former Division 5 driver of last season, is absolutely flying here. And another thing I'll mention, OBOALF Racing, who's now getting through Will.
Kev.
Just as I was mentioning him, what a big move that will be. He's onto the podium. He's now gained 13 positions from the race start.
We'll see if Salty can get the move. He's around the outside. Can he get the move into turn 9? No, he doesn't, through turn 10. And I think Lime here might actually make a move. Oh, that's a massive snap from Salty into the wall. Thankful not to lose a rim there, but that was a bit of a scare there from Lime, even for me. As Pink also loses 2 places as he takes a trip to the beach as well. And yeah, he might just say, oh well, I'll stay behind for the time being. throwing in
He went
probably
into
about 2 Ariana Grande references there of a new Petal album, which released today. Down the inside though goes Ozzy. That was very ambitious from him. And we'll try to go around the outside as well. Will he be able to get it around the outside? No, he doesn't. He will have to stay behind.
Well, CB must be kind of loving this battle, because here he comes on Ozzy. Plenty more battery than the pair of them, but then he has to realise he has to lift and coast.
But is he trying to make a move on the Red Bull? He's using all of his speed he has. Down the inside he goes into turn 11. Can he get that move stick? Bit of contact between the two. And Rocket Reese has got that all wrong as he drops another place to go onto the moon as well. Mouse with a 3-second time penalty. He does not need that. He is chasing for the win here. He's now 1 second behind Shoot. And Alf is thankfully 6 seconds behind. So Mouse will stay in P2 regardless. Lime and Pink, though, could be on for a bit of a battle here. Good exit there from Lime. And he's going to try and make a move down the inside of the Mercedes. Will we go wheel to wheel into turn 11? Yes, we will. Has a little bit of contact there with the rear axle of Pink on Lime. But yeah, Lime, thankfully no major spins than before. We're right on board with Mouse. 3 tenths now, 3.5 tenths. He is gaining on Shoots. Will there be one final attack going into the final corner? Shoot has got a lot of battery here to use, but Mouse has the overtake mode, and he's going to use absolutely everything going into this final few corners. Can he get a move? Can he try a last-minute dive bomb into turn 11? No, he doesn't. But will he try anything into the final couple of corners? He's so close. He can taste that trophy, even with that 3-second time penalty. But going into the final corner, he's not close enough. And Shu has been able to defend this very nicely. He's still got a lot of battery to use. Up to the line. It'll be a bit of a drag race here, but Shoot will come across the line to win the Australian Grand Prix. Mouse tried everything, but with that 3-second time penalty, he will take P2 regardless. OBOALF, though, will finish in at P3, and I think CB has run into his low fuel mode as Alf takes P3. The final step on the podium, Will in P5, and Tom Ozymandias will come home to take P5. 17 seconds behind the pack here, which is quite a considerable gap here. But yeah, Ozymandias will come home to take P5 as BRT Worldwide will take P6. Followed by Pool Diver, CB, I mean, at least a good result, P8 for him, considering where he started in the race. Bit of a drag race here between Pink and Lime. Who's going to get it? It's just going to be Pink by 90 milliseconds. Lime will take P10. Restored Panda will come across the line to take P11 with a good result for himself and his teammates. Gone to the Moon will take home P12, followed by Foxus and Unrested Bolts, followed by Salty in P15, taking home the final points of the season. Rocket Reese will take across the line P16. Oh, he loses fuel on the line, but he just manages to get in front of Kev the Slice. Overhaul in P18, and Ozzers, the last remaining driver in low fuel mode, will come across the line to take P19 and last in the Australian Grand Prix.